the earth's untold bounty denied. A prelude to earth's betrayed bounty. Behold the earth's untold bounty denied, a tale where dreams and struggles must collide. Each verse, a window to what might yet be, each track, a vision vast, unbound and free. Through word and thought, let wisdom's flame ignite, and guide us boldly to a world of light. Unfettered visions, the dawn of all. O wondrous sphere, suspended in the void, a marble bright, 'gainst endless night deployed. This fragile globe, our shared terrestrial home, doth call to mind the bonds that bid us roam. From space aloft, the view profound doth weave a unity of which our hearts conceive. Astronauts, with spirits lifted high, proclaim their visions of a world awry. They dream of peace, of nations intertwined, a single fate for all of humankind. Yet here below, where poets' hopes take flight, the wars endure, and hunger blights the night. Though borders drawn by man confound and scar, the seeds of conflict oft are sown afar, and those who soar through heaven's boundless sphere still cling to creeds of loyalty severe. My country, right or wrong, their hearts recite, yet in such oaths no broader truth takes light. No godly hand shall reach from clouds above, nor alien kin restore this world with love. The future lies with us, and us alone. Our choices shape the seeds of Earth's new throne. For science speeds apace through boundless skies, and technology unveils what next shall rise. Yet lo, we frame tomorrow's boundless grace through visions steeped in yesteryear's embrace. Unshackled thoughts must dare to take the stage, to break the mold and free this gilded cage. A utopian life, though scoffed at now, may yet be forged by labor's saving plough. Machines, though feared, can shape a brighter way, if harnessed not to break, but to allay. Thus do we weave a tale of future bright, where wisdom guides the engine's ceaseless might. Beyond the fears of mind's automaton, a world rebuilt with human spirit drawn. So join us, reader, on this fateful quest to chart a path where humankind is blessed. The stars await, the visions ours to make. If bold of heart, the future's reins we take. As the earth's boundless beauty beckons us to rise, so too must we chart where our future lies. No idle dream, but plans both bold and vast, shall shape the course and guide mankind at last. A map for timeless grace. The future flows unbound, a ceaseless stream, each choice, each deed, a spark to shape the dream. In ages past, time crawled with languid pace, and cultures stood as statues in their space. But now, a tempest stirs the humankind, with change so swift it dizzies heart and mind. For tools and thought do race, in tandem bound, and futures vast, unmeasured, now astound. Yet books and scholars oft forget the core, the human soul, the structure we explore. Machines and laws, though mighty in their art, are naught without acceptance in the heart. A blueprint bold this humble tome doth weave, a world of hope where none are left to grieve. With science yoked to kindness as its guide, and cybernetics walking by its side. First must we count the wealth of Earth's vast store, to measure all and wasteful paths abhor. Computers swift, with thought beyond compare, shall aid in crafting systems wise and fair. No longer shall decisions favor might, but knowledge clear shall guide us to the light. When scarcity doth wane and greed doth cease, abundance reigns and all shall live in peace. Yet lo, we cling to gold, an ancient chain, a system fraught with loss and filled with pain. The prophet's lure doth blind our clearer sight and makes a waste of earth's abundant light. The green crusaders cry of doom and woe, yet fail to see the seeds of what may grow. For every tool, though flawed in its design, can be reformed to serve the greater line. If humankind would rise to heights untold, its structures must be built anew and bold. The halls of men, the roads, the cities vast, all must be shaped to shed the shadows past. With science wielded not for gain, but grace, a noble world may rise to take its place. No more shall toil define the human lot, but art and love shall flourish unforgot. This vision calls for bonds twixt every land, and earth's resources placed in common hand. A brighter age may yet arise from gloom, where all may bloom within this world's vast room. One day, our heirs may look on us, bemused, and ask why genius was so oft refused, why but a few shone bright, while others dim, and why our world was shaped by fleeting whim. The age of scarcity must now depart, to make way for the wholeness of the heart. For only when we see the common good can humankind transcend where once it stood. So here we set a path for all to take, to forge a world where none shall need forsake. A fusion of the mind, the heart, the hand, to bring true peace to every distant land. A plan alone cannot the world remake, for hearts must shift their ancient chains to break. Now cast aside the past's enduring guise, to forge a culture where new values rise. The dawning age, values recast. To shape tomorrow's course, we must begin, unmask the flaws that dwell in thoughts within. The habits of the past, though long revered, may lead us to the fate we've always feared. Our values, born of ages now grown stale, in modern times can only serve to fail. No gilded frame of tradition's old embrace can shield the world from truth's revealing face. Imagine then a world, untouched, anew, where every course of life is shaped by you. No shackles born of creed or custom's yoke, no chains of scarcity, nor words bespoke. The land is rich, the waters pure and clear, the skies untainted, free from modern fear. What form, what shape wouldst thou this realm design, where humankind and nature intertwine? 'Tis not mere dream, for in this world of ours, the tools exist to harness nature's powers. With science, wisdom, courage to explore, we might transcend what bound us heretofore. Yet lo, the guardians of the past remain, defenders of traditions wrought with pain. They scorn the dreams of visionaries bright, and shroud the future's promise from the light. Though reason casts its glow on ancient fears, the world still struggles, mired in old arrears. Competition reigns, its shadow casts, a doctrine born of days long in the past. And as we wait for saviors from the skies, our freedom slips, our agency denies. The future's path is ours to pave, 'tis true, yet oft we cling to rulers tried and through. This age, though fraught with peril, holds the key to break the cycle, set the spirit free. The same resolve that forged destructive might could lift the world to balance, fair and bright. But change demands the soul prepare its heart, for sudden shifts may tear the self apart. To cast away beliefs we held so dear requires a courage vast, unclouded, clear. Thus, let us craft a culture bold, refined, where progress flows from unencumbered mind. In such a world, no war nor hunger thrives, and art and thought and love enrich our lives. The time has come to rise from ancient sleep, to climb beyond the slime from which we creep. Our chains are self-imposed, we hold the key to shape a world where all may yet be free. A culture new emerges, full of grace, where humankind doth find its rightful place. No longer bound by scarcity's cruel law, but reaching heights that generations soar. So here we stand, the future in our hands, the architects of hope in all the lands. To shape, to build, to cast a vision wide, a world where peace and purpose may abide. Yet values change not through deeds alone, but through the words by which their truths are sown. Let language serve as humankind's new art, to bridge the gaps and heal the broken heart. The tongue renewed, truth's enduring flame. Through mists of words, mankind doth grope and stray, ensnared by speech that leads the mind astray. Our tongues, born out of ages dark and dire, still fail to spark the unity we desire. Ambiguous the phrases we employ, their meanings vast, their purpose to destroy. When nations clash, their leaders come to meet, yet self-interest bids them to compete. How can we hope, with fractured tongues, to find a harmony of purpose for mankind? If Earth doth struggle thus with her own kin, how would we greet a race from worlds therein? The aliens might gaze with scornful jest and wonder if on Earth intelligence rests. For here, where science builds great wings to fly, our words still fail to bridge the gaps that lie. Each nation speaks, yet speaks for self alone. Its global cries but masks its selfish tone. The masses echo phrases taught in youth, while few pursue the shining light of truth. When passions rise, as oft they quickly do, reason falters, and discord doth ensue. A shout becomes the sword, a fist the spear, and violence reigns where reason should appear. Yet science, in its language pure and clear, brings order where confusion doth appear. Through measured terms and symbols well designed, it builds a bridge between the heart and mind. If we would speak with wisdom in our voice, we must refine our language by our choice, no longer bound by words of vague intent, but crafted for the truths we would present. Imagine then a speech of sound and sight, a language born of nature's laws and light. With signals clear, as fish and birds do share, our words could flow through earth, through sea, through air. No more would strife or doubt impede our way, for meaning's light would pierce the darkened fray. The future calls for symbols vast and new, a tongue designed for all, both bold and true. To craft such speech demands that we transcend the myths and fears on which our lives depend. For minds encased in shadows of the past shall find new visions hard to hold and grasp. But lo, with tools of reason and of art, we might ignite the flame in every heart, a world where understanding reigns supreme and words no longer shatter hope or dream. Thus must we labor, striving to impart a language clear to bind both mind and heart. For only then shall humankind be free to shape a world of peace and unity. Where words have wandered, shadows long have stayed, binding mankind to myths both deep and frayed. But reason calls us toward a higher light, to cast aside the veil of endless night. from shadows of law to science's beacon. The chains of yore still bind the minds of men, in ignorance they stumble yet again. Though ancient values shaped our path of old, their worth now wanes as newer truths unfold. We cling to gods, to demons in the night, to rituals performed by candlelight. The stars above, once guides for heart and home, now chart the fates in horoscopes and tomes. Yet science rose, a beacon in the dark, to kindle thought, to light the human spark. No longer bound by myths of wrathful skies, it dares to question, seeks where wisdom lies. The alchemist's dream fades, replaced by truth, a tempered craft of reason and of proof. For science bends not to belief's demand, but builds its case with facts that firmly stand. The mystic sways with tales of cosmic force, yet in their lives they chart a mundane course. For when they trade their gold or buy their bread, they measure, count, no stars to guide their tread. And so the world is split by twofold streams, one guided by the real, the other dreams. For those who hope for heaven's endless light, they must first pass through death's eternal night. But lo, this promised land so far, so near, is but the echo of a mortal's fear. Why wait for bliss beyond this fleeting breath, when life's true joy lies not in fear of death? Through science, humankind may boldly rise to seek the truth beneath the open skies. Yet still we falter, bound by narrow thought, and fail to grasp the lessons reasons taught. The path to knowledge lies in questions clear, in seeking answers free from bias, fear. Know why am I, or what doth life portend, for such vain musings have no fruitful end. Instead, let study shape our humble quest, to serve the living, strive to build the best. No instinct vague, no mystic's empty creed, but understanding born of thought and deed. Why must we yearn for past, for days of yore, when progress knocks upon the future's door? To science turn, its tools our hope ignite, and shed the shadows of the superstitious night. A wiser world may rise, through reason's might, where humankind and nature stand as right. Yet first we must accept what truth demands, to know, to learn, to join our hearts and hands. For only then shall earth her promise give, a home where all may freely strive and live. So let us cast away the myths that bind, and seek the future with an open mind. Through reason's glow, new paths begin to form, yet progress meets resistance fierce and warm. For social tides, though shifting, often bind, and echo fears still clutched within the mind. The tides of change, frontiers anew. In all creation, change doth weave its thread, through living hearts and lands where life hath fled. The stars above, the continents below, all yield to time's relentless ebb and flow. Yet humankind resists the turning tide, to clutch at past, where comforts oft reside. For rulers fear the loss of treasured might, and even those oppressed resist new light. Our history's tale is wrought with shifting sands, from tribal plains to high industrial lands. The plough once turned the earth to feed our kind, now machines expand horizons of the mind. Though change is constant, swift its pace now grows, a torrent none can halt or overclose. The telegraph, once herald of the day, now fades 'neath satellites that light the way. But low entrenched, the powers stand opposed to every leap where future paths are closed. Horse-mounted knights defied the tank's advance, while missiles met with pilots' fierce expanse. This pattern tells of struggles yet to come, where vested powers decry what we've begun. The torch of progress, carried to new heights, illumines fears of those who guard old rights. The world now quakes beneath technology's roar, its gifts too vast for us to yet explore. Shall leaders rise to grasp this dawning age, or falter, blinded by a bygone stage? For challenges of scope so dire and great demand that nations unify their fate. The common threats, disease, pollution's blight, shall test if we will sink or climb to might. Alas, in crises shared, our bonds are formed, yet when they pass, division is rearmed. Imagine if such unity could last and shape the future, learning from the past. A vision vast, a world where all align, to blend resources in a grand design. No borders set by greed to claim the spoils, but systems shared, and none for labor toils. Yet visions bold do meet with scornful jest, for those in power fear what shakes their nest. And still, beneath resistance, seeds take root, in minds prepared to rise and bear new fruit. This age demands a shift of thought profound, from wealth to wisdom, where true gains are found. No coin or creed shall forge the path we need, but equity, where all shall be decreed. Thus let us labor, boldly shape the frame of systems new to lift all lives the same. A future waits where science guides our course, and human kinship proves its greatest force. The tides of change demand we question all, from wealth's cruel chains to greed's unyielding thrall. The systems forged by profit's fleeting fire must yield to dreams that call us ever higher. The tides of change demand we question all, from wealth's cruel chains to greed's unyielding thrall. The systems forged by profit's fleeting fire must now give way to nobler dreams inspired. The chains of gold and sorrows deep. What price this world, where profit holds the crown, and human needs are cast so swiftly down? Where new inventions, wrought with minds so keen, are shaped not for the good, but for the green. The coin commands, its rule is cold and clear, while lives are crushed beneath its callous sphere. Automation, progress, tools to set us free, instead bring ruin cloaked in industry. For profits rise while workers fade from view, their toil dismissed, replaced by something new. The masters of this fiscal fate do blind, to suffering they leave their peers behind. The systems of this age, be they diverse, from capitalism's glow to communism's curse, all cling to wealth, and thus they sow the seeds of war, of want, of unfulfilled needs. For war, that bane, is but a grander scheme to profit nations through destruction's dream. And treaties signed, though bold in pen and word, are but brief pauses till new wars are stirred. Scarcity too doth wound with unseen blade, a silent war where hunger's dues are paid. The debt of nations grows, a chain so tight it binds the poor and hides them from the light. What use this toil, where dreams are bought and sold, and life's true wealth lies buried 'neath the gold? The working man, enslaved by time's cruel chains, pays homage to the market's vast domains. Even the rich, who scale the highest peaks, find empty victories in what wealth seeks. For when one dream is gained, a greater calls, and joy is fleeting 'neath ambition's thralls. Democracy they cry, yet coin dictates, its silent hand decides the people's fates. No votes can free us from this gilded cage, where wealth and power wield their boundless rage. The banks, the markets, all are but a snare, to hoard the plenty earth would freely share. Their practices, with fraud and greed replete, create a cycle none can quite defeat. What hope, then, lies within this broken frame, where man's true worth is shackled to his name? The path ahead demands a bolder stride to cast aside the chains of wealth and pride. Imagine now a world of shared design, where resources for all do intertwine. No need for profit's cold and ruthless hand, but unity, a brotherhood so grand. The tools we wield, the minds that craft the way, could build a future free from coin's decay. A system not of want, but boundless grace, where humankind finds its most noble place. Yet such a dream demands that we unlearn the myths of wealth for which our spirits yearn, to see beyond the gilded veil we wear and shape a world where all may freely share. Thus must we strive, with reason as our guide, to turn the tide and cast the coin aside. A world awaits where justice reigns supreme and humankind fulfills its truest dream. If greed and gold have ruled the ages past, a brighter dawn shall free us all at last. Envision now a world of boundless grace, where wealth is shared and equity takes place. When wealth's chains yield to equity's call. In days to come, when gold shall lose its glow, and mankind learns the seeds of peace to sow, a world unbound by coins and debts shall rise, where boundless wealth in nature's bounty lies. No longer bound by profit's ruthless chains, no need for war, nor hunger's endless pains. The tools of man, once forged for death's embrace, shall build a world of hope for every race. When crises call, we rise as one to fight, but why wait for disaster's fearsome might? Could we not wield our minds, our hearts, our hands, to heal the earth and meet her vast demands? What need have we of coin to find our worth, when earth herself grants treasures to our birth? The soil yields grain, the seas their boundless store, the sky gives light, and man could ask no more. A system new must cast aside the past, where greed and gain their shadow long have cast. No barter, coin, nor token's hollow game, but shared abundance shall our creed proclaim. Let not a few decide the many's fate, for all the earth is vast and rich, not straight. Her fruits are ours, her waters freely flow, yet bound by greed, too few this truth shall know. The homes we build, the cities we design, shall hum with life, efficient and benign. Machines shall labor, humans free to learn, to craft, to dream, to grow at every turn. No longer shall we toil for empty gain, nor spend our lives in fruitless, weary strain. For work shall cease its harsh, unyielding role, replaced by passions born of heart and soul. But what of wealth and those who long for more? Would dreams not falter, with no gold in store? Yet see, when all are free from hunger's snare, true dreams shall bloom when hearts have time to care. No king, nor lord, nor tycoon shall remain, for all shall share the harvest and the gain. The wealthiest now would envy this new age, where none are trapped within greed's gilded cage. In place of hoarded coin, new measures stand. The joy of growth, the touch of helping hand. With science guiding and with hearts aligned, we'll shape a world for all of humankind. No longer need we fight for land or bread, no cause for blood, where love and peace are spread. For wealth is not in gold, but life's true worth, the health of all, the bounty of the earth. Thus, when the veil of money fades away, a brighter dawn shall mark a kinder day. No dream too vast, no hope beyond our scope, when wealth is shared and man is ruled by hope. Yet wealth alone cannot the future claim, for tools of thought must join this noble aim. With minds of steel and code, a dawn shall break, and humankind its destiny remake. The dawning age of thinking tools. Behold the dawn of wondrous fateful age, where man and machine share a common stage. No longer bound to toil's incessant strain, we craft new worlds where dreams and reason reign. Through artful hands of steel and minds of fire, our tools surpass their humble first desire. Machines now think, discern and chart the skies, unveiling truths once hidden from our eyes. The web of knowledge spreads from shore to shore, uniting minds as ne'er it could before. From distant lands, swift messages do fly, while borders fade beneath the wired sky. Yet in this rise of vast and potent power lies both the promise and the fearful hour. Shall these creations serve the human will, or mirror flaws that fester in us still? The fears of many whisper dark alarms, of soulless minds that might supplant our arms. Yet steel and code are ours to guide and steer. No soul have they to hate, nor heart to fear. With wisdom wielded, they could end our plight, bring forth a world of plenty, peace and light. No famine, war, nor suffering shall remain, if reason's voice ascends where greed has lain. Yet dangers lurk if folly takes the throne and uses knowledge for destruction's tone. The gods of war still hunger for their due. Unbridled power can lead to ruin too. What then is man's true role within this tale? To guide, to question where machines may fail. For though they think, and though they oft create, the spark of purpose must through humans sate. In cybernetic halls, decisions form, where data's tide can weather any storm. Resources mapped, and justice better planned, than by the whims of rulers' fleeting hand. Imagine cities where machines may build, where earth is healed, and every need fulfilled. Robotic minds with care assess the strain, ensuring balance in both field and plain. Yet still, some voice their doubts, their restless fears. That man shall lose his worth in coming years. But if all labor's toil is cast away, mankind may thrive in leisure's brighter day. What heights of art and science might we find, when boundless time unleashes humankind, no longer slaves to wage or daily grind, but architects of future's boundless mind. As stars we reach and atoms rearrange, through nanotech and AI's boundless range, the gods of old seem quaint and obsolete, replaced by truths our reason must complete. So let us steer this age with steady hand, and forge a future vast, yet wisely planned. The gifts of steel and thought shall light the way, to guide us toward a brighter, fairer day. If machines now think and serve without demand, what place remains for governance by hand? The thrones of kings and powers, writ in ink, shall fade as reason takes the helm to think. The waning thrones of mortal design. When laws are writ, in ink their truths reside, but rarely do they serve the common tide. For governments, entrenched in ancient might, preserve their own and not the greater right. No vision yet from kings or courts hath sprung, to weave a world where all in peace belong. Their laws, mere guards of crumbling citadels, bound fast by greed where discontentment dwells. Yet nature's laws, immutable and grand, reign higher far than any mortal hand. Scarcity, the cruel mother of despair, breeds laws to rule, yet fails to make them fair. What need have we of edicts, force, or chains, when earth's abundance flows through open veins? No theft could tempt where all is freely shared, no crime could thrive where none are left impaired. Behold the flaws of rulers' vain decree, their power grows while justice bends the knee. For man-made laws, in all their pomp and guise, serve but the few, and truth they oft despise. The wheel of progress grinds through ancient ways, evolving life, dissolving stagnant days. For science speaks where tyrants' tongues grow mute, and renders justice absolute, astute. Imagine now a world where need is none, where every soul may bask beneath the sun. Machines, unbound by greed or vain intent, would guide our fate, their governance well meant. The architects of Earth's abundant plan would honor nature's gifts for every man. Through cybernated wisdom we descend and craft a world where harmony won't end. No leaders, kings, nor priests to wield the rod, but reason's hand to act as humankind's God. Where balance reigns and every voice is heard, not by decree, but by consensual word. Such visions call for courage yet unseen, to cast aside the rule of what has been. For chains of old still bind our hearts and minds, while fear of freedom grips and undermines. Yet rise we must, to shed the ancient yoke, and trust in reason's light to guide the folk. A future waits, where none need bow or plea, and laws shall fade, replaced by equity. So canst thou dream a world where none decide, save nature's truths, which cannot be denied. For in this path no ruler's will shall bind, but harmony and wisdom well aligned. Yet governance, though waning, still must steer, until a nobler path for all is clear. Who then shall guide the course of humankind, when wisdom, not dominion, rules the mind? When tribes did rise, and chieftains claimed the right to craft the laws and govern by their might, their mores served but thrones and oligarchs' reign, preserving power, yet spreading people's pain. As tribes did merge and nations found their form, a council rose to temper rulers' storm. But still the masses, voiceless and oppressed, knew laws that served the few, not all the rest. The centuries advanced, yet wealth held sway. Corruption's hand did guide the law's array. With slogans sweet, they cloaked their cruel disguise, while empty words concealed self-serving lies. No root of ill did they attempt to mend, but punished deeds, not causes, to no end. For prisons grew while justice waned and failed, and laws were writ where reason had derailed. Could not a world with science as its guide unveil the truths that prejudice would hide? Through reason's light, let wisdom chart the course, to cure the ailment, not pursue brute force. Let not the past with shackles strong and grim define the future by its dated hymn. The errors of tradition's narrow view shall yield to progress and the ever new. But who shall frame this bold and daring plan? What mind shall serve the earth, and not just man? Let not the whims of greed or sect decide, nor power's grasp corrupt the noble tide. Instead, let reason's tools hold firm the helm, and knowledge rule within this worldly realm. For science tests where dogma stands untried, and truth emerges where the facts abide. Through networks vast, with sensors sharply tuned, the earth shall speak, its voice no longer hewn. Computers, linked to lands both far and near, shall draw the map of needs precise and clear. No longer bound by borders or by creed, decisions flow from nature's urgent need. With balance struck, resources wisely drawn, a future blooms where scarcity is gone. In this design, no sect shall take the lead, no single faith, nor faction's narrow creed. The earth, a unified and shared domain, shall flourish free from tyranny's disdain. And though some fear machines may wield control, their service lies in safeguarding the whole. For tools of reason, free from human vice, can shape a world where all may find their slice. Thus let the mind of man and tool unite, to build a world where all may claim their right. For in this vision lies the fate we crave, a world of peace, where none remain a slave. And wisdom speaks, the earth itself provides, a wealth of power where nature's law abides. Unveil the energies that stir the land, and craft a future bold, by nature planned. The boundless energies of nature revealed. Doth men proclaim resources are but scant, and thus our dreams of plenty must recant? Yet nay, the earth in riches still abounds, if only wisdom guide where greed confounds. Through fossil fuels, mankind hath leapt so far, but lo, their bounty dims, a fleeting star. These sources foul the air and spoil the seas, and yet they paved the path to what could be. For now the hour calls to rise anew, to energies both clean and bounties true. The winds that whisper through the mountain's height, the waves that crash beneath the moon's pale light. The rivers coursing with eternal might, the sun that scorches, yet could life ignite. Through geothermal veins of Earth's great core, we find the heat to warm forevermore. And in the seas, the deeps hold treasures vast, deuterium, its power unsurpassed. The very force that fuels the cosmic flame, within the stars, this fusion bears its name. No toxins linger, only helium's breath, a gift of life, not harbinger of death. From solar beams to hydrogen untamed, a world of endless power shall be claimed. Behold the dam upon the Tsangbo's crest, its torrents harnessed, nature's strength compressed. A project grand, its turbines shall outshine the yield of all the hydro's earthly line. And tidal streams, with piezoelectric might, shall channel ocean flows to spark the night. A scant few fields, their power wisely sown, could light 1,000 cities on their own. Geothermal gifts lie hidden 'neath our tread, a wealth so vast it mocks the fuel we've bled. From Iceland's warmth to permafrost's embrace, the earth's deep heat sustains the human race. Yet more, the sun with lenses grandly wrought can focus rays to fuel each human thought, while solar cells of newer, finer kind shall leave the fossil's tarnished ways behind. What if we built across the Bering Strait a bridge of power, grand, immaculate, where turbines hum and cultures intertwine, a place where nature's strength and man combine? Desalinators vast, by sunlight run, would gift pure water, born of briny sun. The barren lands would bloom, the thirsty drink. No soul on earth would tread the edge's brink. For in this vision, nature's laws align with humankind's evolving grand design. No longer wasteful, reckless in our deeds, but stewards bound to serve the planet's needs. Through global plans, in harmony and care, the Earth's great gifts will wisely share. A world of clean abundance yet may rise, where mankind thrives beneath untainted skies. But energy alone cannot define the soul of man, its fragile, wondrous line. For human hearts are shaped by nature's art, and circumstance does mold the moral heart. Nature's hand, humanity's flame. What molds the heart of man, the soul, the mind, if not the winds and tides of humankind? Though some may claim man's nature, fixed, innate, 'tis shaped by soil, by stars, by fleeting fate. Observe the times when famine grips the land and virtue yields beneath necessity's hand. Did noble hearts not scavenge bins for bread when war and hunger left their spirits dead? In scarcity, the generous grow rare. The world breeds strife when bounty's none to share. So must we strive, a saner course to find, where deeds reflect the nobler human mind. Yet, 'fore we dream of what we wish to be, we must dissect the roots of history. As Romans cheered while lions tore their prey, or Pilate smiled as villages gave way, 'twas not from malice, but the world they knew, the values shaped by what their cultures drew. Man's morals oft reflect the age's creed, a mirror to the world, not some deep seed. The dog that guides the blind we praise as kind, yet scorn the one whose teeth in anger grind. The beast, the man, both shaped by circumstance, by hands unseen, by fate, by fleeting chance. Thus must we see the world through clearer eyes, to glimpse the threads where human nature lies. No child doth come into this world of strife with hatred bound or bigotry as life. 'Tis culture's hand that writes upon their page, that paints their love or fills their hearts with rage. The laws of nature, steadfast, firm and true, hold man as much as stars and oceans blue. No rock descends a hill by willful thought, nor rivers flow from whims by reason wrought. And so, mankind is shaped by forces vast, by scarcity or plenty's fertile cast. For crime, that bane which we so oft bemoan, is oft the child of hunger's weary groan. Where wealth abounds and want is cast away, the need for theft may wither, fade and sway. Yet laws are made to quell the poor man's plea, while wealthier hearts grow blind to what could be. A world in plenty births a kinder soul, where none need steal, for all may find their goal. When love no longer clings to fear's embrace, then peace shall flourish in this human race. But change demands that we unlearn our past, and see how values hold us tight and fast. Not gods nor demons drive our hearts askew, but circumstance and culture's shaping hue. With wisdom gained, our hands may yet refine a world where hearts in greater concord shine, where anger, envy, hatred's bitter flame are quenched by lives unbound from want or shame. So dream we now of futures yet unmade, where love and reason shape the paths we've laid. When nature's laws align with human care, then harmony and peace shall fill the air. Yet even as we dream of nature's grace, the march of steel has quickened every pace. What fears arise as tools of man expand, and whisper doubts of what the future plans. The iron dread, shadows of steel. What stirs within the hearts of men such dread, when 'tis but gears and circuits they have bred? Machines, those soulless tools of human might, born not of malice, but of guided light. Yet still the fearful speak of shadows cast, of robots rising, humankind outclassed. Will these creations rob us of our place, and shroud our future with a cold embrace? Nay, look not to the cogs for our despair, but to ourselves and how we choose to fare. The fault lies not in wheels, nor steel-bound frame, but in the greed that steers the mortal game. For profit's hand doth twist technology's boon, and makes it seem a spectre come too soon. These tools were forged to serve, to ease, to mend, yet now to selfish ends they oft descend. The technophobe imagines darkened skies, where cold machines usurp where wisdom lies. But tools, unfeeling, cannot hate nor scheme. Their purpose follows only man's own dream. No vengeance stirs within a circuit's heart, nor plans to tear our fragile world apart. Emotions, hunger, envy, these are ours, the traits that shape our histories and powers. Machines possess no passions to ignite, no lust for wealth, no craving for the fight. They do but serve as we command their toil. Yet blame we them when our own hands do spoil. What irony that men should fear the gears, while they themselves have sown the world in tears. 'Tis man who builds the bombs, pollutes the streams, and drives the world to fractured, fevered dreams. No robot crafts the blade that rends the earth, nor programs war, nor robs a child's mirth. Yet some, with longing for a simpler time, decry the march of progress as a crime. Return, they cry, to ages lost and pure, when life was harsh but hearts were deemed secure. But would they cast aside the lamp's warm glow, or let the wheel and windmill cease to show? Would they forgo the healer's modern art, and see their kin from plague and death depart? Imagine then a life where all must strain, with hand-hewn tools to reap the meager grain. No light to pierce the dark, no wheel to spin, no cure to halt the fever's burn within. 'Tis folly to eschew the gifts of law, and bind ourselves to hardship evermore. The blame belongs not to the tool we wield, but to the selfish heart that will not yield. For in the hands of care, machines might bring a world where peace and equity take wing. A day when toil and hunger are no more, and human minds explore a boundless shore. Let not the technophobe their fear instill, but harness tools to shape a higher will. For when the hammer builds and does not blight, then shall we see the dawn of clearer light. The gears shall hum in service, not in strife, and free mankind to seek a fuller life. Oh, may we learn to wield the tools we've made, with wisdom's hand and virtue's steadfast aid. Then fear shall fade, and in its place shall grow a world where boundless futures brightly glow. To quell such fears, a wiser path we make, through minds inspired and hearts no longer break. For education holds the seeds of change, to shape a world both beautiful and strange. The Moulding of Minds, a Renaissance of Thought. What shapes the youthful mind with tender care shall shape the world that they in time shall share. If nurtured well, their hearts and thoughts refined, a brighter future springs from humankind. For every child, adrift in aimless strife, becomes the burden of a nation's life. With wisdom's torch, the darkness we can part, and build a world where knowledge steers the heart. Education's task is not but rote, to fill young minds with facts of little note. Nay, let them see the threads of life entwined, how earth and human purpose are combined. The lessons taught must mirror what we seek, a world united, equitable, unique. Behold the goals a wiser age may claim, to hold earth's bounty free for all the same, to shatter borders, false divisions wrought, and bind all peoples with a common thought, to cleanse the land, restore its native grace, and weave technology with nature's space. To render power clean, the air unspoiled, and see that none by needless labour's foiled, to lift the veil of ignorance and hate, and teach the values that a world elate. No tyrant's rule, no elitist reign, but wisdom guiding, free from greed's disdain. In schools of tomorrow's, children shall engage, not with dull texts, but in a living stage. Through acts of hands, the seeds of thought shall grow, and interwoven truths they'll come to know. A plant shall teach how many forces blend, the sun, the soil, the water to its end. Through play and craft, through problem-solving games, they'll learn not conflict, but what peace proclaims. No flags of pride to blind their open eyes, but truth of all mankind's shared enterprise. They'll honor Pasteur, Copernicus, and Bell, and see the gifts from many lands that dwell. No static truths shall bind their minds in chains, for knowledge ever shifts, it never wanes. With questions bold, they'll challenge every claim, and see how notions oft evolve with aim. For science, not immutable nor sealed, is ever changing, with new truths revealed. A child shall learn not just to pass a test, but seek how they may serve the world the best. They'll craft with hands, with tools their skills refine, and see how human ingenuity may shine. They'll work in teams, together lift and build, and taste the joy of dreams that are fulfilled. No words of scorn, no empty praise shall rule, but honest speech shall be the golden tool. When something falters, they'll not decry fate, but ask, what flaw may we eliminate? And so their tongues, both kind and sharp, shall blend to mend the world and to each soul attend. Let children roam the woods, the streams, the hills, and see the wonder earth forever fills. Let nature's splendor shape their growing minds and teach them all the ways that life aligns. From games of sense and hands-on arts they'll find how thought and deed in harmony combined. No longer bound by hatred's ancient hold, they'll rise to see a future yet untold. Their world, unburdened by the sins of greed, shall grant each soul the tools they truly need. And in this age of wisdom's dawning light, the minds we shape shall make the future bright. From learning's flame, new visions shall arise, of cities vast that touch the endless skies. These homes of harmony and bold design shall shape the hearts of humankind divine. Foundations of tomorrow, cities dreamed. What noble vision shapes a city's heart to serve its folk and play its destined part? Shall walls but shelter, roofs but shield from rain, or shall their purpose higher goals attain? To house the body is a function plain, yet cities, greater still, must feed the brain. In days of old, man sought in caves his rest, while wigwams, cliffs, and huts met others' quest. Now, gazing past the lands and seas confined, we dream of shelters boundless to mankind. As suits and domes make hostile realms benign, so cities vast must with our needs align. Behold a future where our walls shall glow, transparent, shielding all from storm or foe. Their forms conform to contours we require, adjusting light and warmth as we desire. With silence guarding us from noise's blight, our homes shall cradle peace both day and night. No cluttered sprawl, nor cities patched with care, but fresh designs, efficient, bright, and fair. Why mend the old, when from the ground we build a newer vision by our dreams fulfilled? Circular forms in harmony shall rise, a union twixt the earth and azure skies. These cities, not as mere machines of stone, shall breathe and think, with minds unlike our own. Sensors embedded in the soil and air will guide their workings with precision rare. As nature's rhythms pulse through field and stream, so shall these cities hum, a living dream. Prefabricated wonders, swift to frame, each unit tailored, yet none quite the same. Designed for function, beauty, and for grace, a testament to thought in every space. Their purpose clear, their energy conserved, each life within their bounds shall well be served. No waste of wealth in columns built for pride, nor gilded facades where need should reside. The art of living calls for artful care to craft a world where all may freely share. What grandeur lies in buildings' outward hue, if inward they no greater purpose knew? And in these cities, life shall find its core, a place where learning thrives forevermore. Each street a campus, every hall a guide to knowledge vast, with doors flung open wide. The arts, the sciences, and sports shall blend, each human spirit lifted to ascend. Transportation glides on maglev's swift wing, while voice commands to nimble cars shall bring. Through sea and air, or tunneled far below, each route shall seamless paths of travel show. No time shall waste in waiting long delays, for speed and ease shall mark our future ways. Floating cities on the ocean's crest shall bring to barren lands their verdant best. Submerged beneath or raised to sunlit sky, they'll mirror nature's patterns by and by. A dome encloses warmth where cold would reign, transforming wastelands into fruitful plain. Let no man claim such visions idle seem, for from such thoughts arise the boldest dream. A city free of crime, of waste, of strife, shall foster each within a noble life. Though slow the shift from old to new may be, the path is clear for those with eyes to see. Through thoughtful design, with hearts aligned, we build for all, leaving none behind. These cities, born of wisdom's guiding hand, shall nurture peace across a weary land. No revolution's fire, but steady tread, shall light the way to worlds that lie ahead. A city's walls may house the mortal frame, but lives within must flourish all the same. Let freedom reign, and toil's cruel chains depart, to build a future rich in soul and heart. The future's grace, lives yet to be. Oft do they speak of families torn asunder, and fret for virtues lost in social blunder. They claim the hearth's the forge where morals grow, where love and duty's sacred seeds we sow. But now, by toil's cruel yoke both parents bound, the time for nurturing is seldom found. For wages rise, yet rise the costs anew, of homes, of care, of life's necessities too. In ceaseless labor do they place their trust, while love and kinship crumble into dust. What boon might come if scarcity were done, and toil but briefly marked the setting sun? When freedom reigns and burdens thus take flight, the home becomes a place of pure delight. No longer bent beneath financial strain, the bonds of kinship strengthen once again. Not happiness alone shall mark this age, but choice unbridled, life's full, open stage. The changing pulse of a cybernated world. The elders speak of families torn apart and mourn the loss of values at their heart. The hearth, they claim, is where true morals grow, and seeds of love and duty learn to sow. Yet now, by labor's yoke both parents bound, the time for nurturing is seldom found. For wages rise, yet costs rise even more, and strain weighs heavy on the household door. With toil unceasing, care is bought and sold, and children's dreams grow distant, faint, and cold. What change might come if scarcity were done, and labor's chains dissolved beneath the sun? When freedom reigns and burdens take to flight, the home becomes a place of true delight. No longer bent by endless debt and strife, the bonds of kinship thrive, renewing life. Not happiness alone defines this age, but boundless choice upon a broader stage. The vision now of wealth, a house well filled, a life of ease, ambitions all fulfilled, is but a spectre, fleeting and unkind, that haunts the weary, striving human mind. But when a world of plenty stands revealed, the wounds of want are soothed, the future healed. What dreams might flourish in this boundless state, where freedom grants the will to innovate? No idle age, this future realm shall be, but one where knowledge shapes humanity. With curious minds, the spirit's flame shall burn, and joy in wisdom each new soul shall learn. Though at the start confusion may arise, the chains of habit swiftly break their ties. For when the yoke of want is cast away, the heart finds paths unbound by fear's dismay. No creed nor law shall cage the human soul, save for the stars that guide a nobler goal. Imagine this, a house of your design, where every room reflects your soul's incline. A crystal dome projects your thoughts to view. each detail formed to match your vision true. A world of choice, where none need bow to greed, each dwelling made to suit both will and need. No longer tied to wealth or work's demand, each structure flows as dreams and hearts command. No hollow monument to fleeting pride, but homes where peace and purpose both reside. The home becomes a mirror of the mind, a sanctuary by design refined. Art shall not fade, nor music's voice grow still, for every heart shall find a path to thrill. Centers of learning, craft, and joy shall rise, where genius soars and aspirations fly. In challenges, the human soul takes wing, and from its trials, endless wonders spring. Thus, freed from toil, the spirit claims its sphere, its truest self emerges, pure and clear. With time to dream, to build, and to create, a world shall bloom both noble and ornate. So let us craft this vision, bold and bright, and shape tomorrow in compassion's light. With toil dissolved, the spirit takes its flight, exploring realms of possibility and light. No future fixed, yet endless paths unfold, a tapestry of dreams, both new and bold. As humankind ascends to greater heights, the boundless stars shall echo our delights. The untold futures yet to bloom. The future's veil is shrouded, yet we dream of what may rise beyond the present scheme. Though variables too vast obscure our sight, we glimpse tomorrow's marvels by faint light. The tides of knowledge surge and ever grow, and from their depths, new wonders soon shall show. No more shall gadgets serve the rich alone, nor weapons' cruel advance make mankind groan. The world of scarcity shall fade away, replaced by bounty born of new array. Informatics, the craft of knowledge pure, shall weave all wisdom into paths secure. The web of thought shall seamlessly expand, uniting minds across both sea and land. From fragments scattered, meaning shall arise, and boundless truths be gleaned from countless ties. With nanotech, the fabric of our days shall mold itself in yet unheard-of ways. Machines as small as grains of sand shall thrive, and deep within our veins bring health alive. Organs replaced, diseases turned to naught, by tiny tools with purpose deftly wrought. The factories of yore shall fall to rest, for homes will craft all goods at one's behest. No need for toil where robots shape the earth, and barren planets sing to human mirth. Machines shall delve where nature bears no life, and there create new realms from void and strife. Intelligence shall spring from silicon, outpacing all the feats mankind has won. These minds of circuits, faster than our own, shall learn to speak, to hear, to stand alone. No oversight shall need their tasks to guide, for reasoned thought within their cores shall bide. And yet such marvels, free of vice or hate, shall aid, not harm, and serve a kinder fate. The arts themselves shall don a vibrant hue, with visions cast in forms both strange and true. Through teletactile grace, the stars will touch, and breathe new worlds whose wonders yield so much. To shake the hand of one who is not near, or walk with kin long lost, yet still held dear. Through scented blooms unseen, we'll trace a path, while shadows mimic life and nature's math. No longer bound by death's eternal grip, memories of the past shall freely slip. Our future selves may wonder, gazing back, how crude our present trod the ancient track. The wars, the greed, the boundaries we've wrought, shall seem as folly to their clearer thought. The simple sparks of envy, rage, and pride shall be but relics swept with time's swift tide. How strange, they'll say, these humans once had been, when selfish fears obscured the wealth within. Yet stranger still, as life itself evolves, when biology its essence dissolves. Our forms once fixed shall fluidly transform, to to meet the needs of each new age and norm. Thus must we shape our dreams to changing lands and mold a world where future gently stands. And as we dream, the oceans call our gaze to treasures deep and boundless in their ways. Beneath the waves, a future yet may gleam, a home for all, where seas fulfill the dream. Beneath the soil, earth's riches overflow, a bounty vast, yet finite in its glow. But cast your gaze where endless waters span, the oceans hold their treasures vast for man. As land provides, so too does sea conceal, a wealth uncharted, waiting to reveal. The abyss awakes, tomorrow's ocean vast. The web of life doth hinge upon the sea, whose waters form a cycle vast and free. From ocean's depths to clouds aloft they climb, then fall as rain to nourish space and time. This ceaseless flow, by sun and earth compelled, sustains all life where breath and heart are held. Yet oft we speak of lands both rich and bare, while seas, our planet's wealth, receive no care. Though oceans teem with treasures vast and deep, we cast our waste where living wonders sleep. From gas-filled barrels sunk with thoughtless hand to poisoned streams that spoil the fertile sand. If oceans wisely managed were, 'tis true, they'd yield enough to feed the world anew. For life abundant stirs 'neath azure waves, where ignorance consigns it off to graves. The corals glow, the mighty schools of fish could fill the tables of the world's poor dish. Beneath the waves where sunlight dare not stray, in depths where pressure molds the night to stay, life thrives in forms both strange and yet divine, by boiling vents where toxic waters shine. The currents vast that circle round the globe hold power greater than man's richest robe. The Gulf Stream flows with force unmatched by land, more than all rivers cupped within man's hand. Its energy, if harnessed, yet could bring a bounty vast, as rivers serve the spring. With winds and waves and waters' ceaseless dance, our world could turn to greener circumstance. But greater yet, the future's gaze must see the ocean's depths as homes for you and me, where cities rise beneath the briny crest, and humankind its ocean kin caressed. From towering domes to floating habitats, such marvels would the hand of fate begat. With solar winds and tidal power's might, these structures shall bring darkness into light. Their floors shall yield the metals earth doth hide, while harvesting the seas both far and wide. Aquatic farms, by nature's rules obeyed, shall nurture fish and plants in balance laid. Imagination dares these homes to rise, where man and sea do meet with equal eyes. Through glassy walls, 'neath waves where dolphins play, our kind shall marvel at the ocean's way. Robotic hands shall delve where none have tread, exploring realms that nature's wisdom spread. And yet, not all the seas must bear our touch, for some shall stay inviolate as such. The coral reefs, the emerald shoals of blue, shall stand preserved for all the world to view. As parks where learning blends with beauty rare, mankind shall guard what nature placed with care. These cities vast, both floating and submerged, shall ease the weight by growing earth's heart urged. With halls for art, for science, and for play, they'll craft a life where none shall want nor stray. From wind-touched towers to the depths below, a future bright upon the sea shall grow. But this, our dream, depends on wisdom's hand, to share the seas as one united band. The oceans vast, a heritage divine, demand we rise and cross the moral line. For if we fail, their wealth may turn to dust, and all our futures crumble into rust. Yet oceans vast, though wondrous, cannot bear the whole of humankind's unyielding care. Beyond such visions, brighter paths we find, where utopia takes shape within the mind. Through wisdom's lens, both sea and land combine to craft a future boundless and divine. The starry horizon of utopian dreams. In days long past, Bellamy's pen did weave a vision bold, a world where men might leave their bonds of greed and toil and live as one, in harmony beneath a common sun. Yet though his words inspired hearts to dream, the age was not prepared to build the scheme. So too did Plato, Wells, and Marx of yore envision realms where justice might restore a fractured world. Yet plans were left unmade, and progress stalled where noble dreams were laid. Their works, though rich with hope, lacked paths to tread, no guiding hands to lift what they had said. But now the hour is ripe, the means are near, to mold a future free of want and fear. Through science vast and minds that dare to strive, we hold the tools to make those dreams alive. No walls of past tradition shall confine the boundless reach of humankind's design. Let none despair that failures plagued the past. Each stumble taught us truths that ever last. For none who dare to soar escape the fall, yet rise again and answer progress call. So too our social systems must evolve, as we through trial their failings seek to solve. The future, like a river, winds its way through banks of change that shape the coming day. No paradise, no static dream can stay, for life itself demands a flowing sway. Each age must cast its paradigms anew, as need dictates and wisdom lights the view. Once ancient creeds imagined heaven's light, where wealth and war dissolved to endless night. No coins, no chains, no armies wrought with strife, just peaceful bonds to guide eternal life. Yet visions bound by dogma oft do fail, their rigid forms left broken by the gale. And see, communism's march, though bold its aim, collapsed beneath its flaws, its lack of frame. Yet mock it not, for failure breeds the seed, from which new thoughts and better plans proceed. Just as the rights, with wings of fragile thread, did fail and falter, for their craft had sped. The world we know, though steeped in mighty lore, is but an echo of what lies in store. For systems stagnant, bound by fears of change, do wither 'neath the weight of time's exchange. The engines of our future must embrace a ceaseless growth to serve the human race. Where there's no vision, people perish plain, a truth inscribed, yet oft ignored in vain. For vested powers cling to what they know, while progress bids the seeds of future grow. Let not the past, though great, our steps confine, but strive to craft a world where all may shine. The good we seek doth not in stasis lie, but in the winds of change where bold hearts fly. No perfect state shall ever bless this land, yet progress waits for those who understand that every age must rise and forge its own, and plant the seeds where future dreams are sown. And so, to Venus's dream, we now take flight, a world reborn in equity and light. With Fresco's plan as guide, our hopes align to shape an age of promise and design. Through reason's hand, the stars will seek to claim and craft a future worthy of its name. The Venus Vision, a journey without end. In Venus's heart, where dreams and purpose meet, a vision stirs, profound and yet discreet. The Venus Project, born of Fresco's mind, seeks pathways where a brighter world might find. A world where suffering fades and boundless grace replaces strife in every time and place. This project calls for cities yet unseen, where technology and nature stand serene. No longer bound by coin or selfish gain, a future wrought with care shall not be vain. Upon this earth, abundant, full and fair, lie resources enough for all to share. But in this world of greed and toil misplaced, we waste the gifts by which our lives are graced. A monetary system chains the free, restricting dreams and stunting what could be. The Venus vision calls for something new, a path to peace and wealth for all pursue. Machines, in wisdom wrought by human hand, would work for all, and not for one command. The drudgery of labor fades away, while minds explore, invent, and freely play. No wars, no hunger, no despair remain, but only joy where unity has lain. To make this dream a truth, we must declare the earth's vast wealth a common, equal share. No nations sundered by false pride shall stand, for humankind must hold a single hand. The seeds of change take root in hearts that dare to strive for futures where all burdens pair. The Venus Project bids the world unite to build a city, proof of this new light, a place where every thought and act aligns with harmony that science well defines. Its shape, a circle, symbol of the whole, a space where balance meets each human goal. The earth and sky, the seas, the life they bring, shall guide this venture's ever-growing wing. From fields of energy that nature lends, to water pure, the gift that never ends. With every challenge met by wisdom's art, we craft a system where all play their part. No tyrant shall this venture oversee, for cybernated balance guides the free. Machines will serve, but never rule mankind, their purpose clear, to ease the human mind. And so, this path shall break the ancient mold, where power, coin, and conquest once took hold. Though many scoff and claim the dream too vast, let them recall the failures of the past. Each soaring plane, each cure, each spark of law began as visions mocked, yet now they soar. The future calls, its promise brightly gleams, if we but dare to follow human dreams. O world, take heed, for time doth swiftly pass, and we must act before our hopes amass. This planet, fragile, turns to us in plea to guard its life, its air, its land, its sea. Through unity, let brighter paths arise to shape a future worthy of the skies. So join this cause, with open hearts align, for Venus's dream may yet be yours and mine. Through science, wisdom, equity, and care, we shape a future wondrous, bright, and rare. With courage vast, let boundless hopes be tied, as humankind and nature unified. In unity's light, the earth redeemed. In this grand vision, earth's vast truth revealed, a bounty shared, its wounds of strife now healed. From boundless dreams, let humankind be tied, to hope, to unity, to what could bide. And thus, the earth's untold bounty denied shall be the bridge to futures yet untried.